2024 is wrapping up and we have a boatload more gacha games to cover. With brand new idle RPGs, hero collectors, and so much more, we won't waste too much time. Let's jump right into the top 7 best new gacha games of 2024. Hyperlinker is next in line to take the spotlight for cyberpunk gacha games. It seems like each year we get a new one of these, and from the perspective of a new player, I'm definitely giving it props. This game is really cool. Smooth transitions throughout the story help depict a deep meaning in every cutscene. This game holds your brain accountable for your actions, because if you just slot in random linkers, then you're toast. Dust the cobwebs off those reading glasses, since every single character requires multiple paragraphs each for you to digest and understand. This game spoon feeds you nothing. If a challenge is what you want, then a challenge you got. Definitely worth a look if you got nothing else going on, and that's why Hyperlinker is number 7. Stop. Let me explain. It's not what it looks like. Oh god, it really is though. Cat Fantasy Isekai Adventure is a sexy cat girl idle RPG. We all knew it was coming, but did they have to make it so good? This game hides its innovation, so we'll just have to put it on blast. Cat Fantasy has some of the most badass gameplay despite what you may think of the character design. Flips, explosions, loud music, action. This is an action-adventure idle RPG cat fantasy gacha game. It's absolutely ridiculous, but so awesome. The production team clearly had vast experience in animation and jiggle physics. If you like this sort of thing, then who am I to judge? There's all sorts of girls with cat ears waiting for you to convince them to remove what little clothing they're wearing, and that's why Cat Fantasy Isekai Adventure is number 6. Zenless Zone Zero sees the developers of Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail transform their game style into a new glorious world. You'll fight battles, solve puzzles, and socialize with many players doing activities together. By leaning into early 2000s nostalgia and then blending it with a stylish vision for the future, Zenless Zone Zero crafts an amazing world that's easy to get invested in, but with exhilarating, approachable combat and so many extracurricular activities to take care of. It's always easy to turn a corner and get swept back up into the captivating environment, and that's why Zenless Zone Zero gets number 5. Legend of Mushroom is rapidly climbing the Google Play charts, especially in the Asian markets. The game features simplistic gear collection and enhancement loops with players killing hordes of enemies and bosses. You'll be constantly acquiring gear and enhancing your character. Gameplay heavily relies on RNG-based mechanics and incentivizes long sessions resembling an RPG-themed slot machine. With numerous progression paths and strategies, the game effectively engages players through explicit goals, motivational achievements, and positive social interactions. This is surely a gacha game for the books, and that's why Legend of Mushroom places number 4. Disney is no stranger to RPGs. Kingdom Hearts, Epic Mickey, and now Disney Pixel RPG. You know, not every game has to be some big deal. 5+ hours of daily playtime isn't for everyone, and Disney Pixel RPG fills the niche of your casual gacha. No idle functions, no forced play, just good old Disney characters in pixel format with some challenging stages on the off day you're feeling brave. You can finish all of the story in a couple hours. This unlocks the bonus stages where you either farm materials or challenge the hard mode bosses. Despite the length of gameplay, you can still happily goof around your hub area, talking to people, collecting crafting materials, and opening chests. If you want a fun new gacha game that won't take over your life, this is the one, and that's why Disney Pixel RPG made number 3 on the list. It was time for a new game to up the ante for idle games, and AFK Journey has done that in spades. Leaning into this simplistic pastel watercolor art design gives way for much more ingenuity on the animation side. These aren't just characters, not just JPEGs, they're real heroes with lives and a story. AFK Journey is actually an apt description of the game. You'll adventure through your journey, capitalizing on AFK gains. The adventure perspective is quite detailed and ripe for exploration. However, if you want to simply AFK past everything, then that's fine too. Though if you truly want to experience all this game has to offer, then there's much depth and analysis to be done and a lot of fun gameplay for you to experience. Thus, why AFK Journey is getting number 2 on this list. Summon Dragons 2 has mastered the art of the idle RPG. The attention to detail not only in dragon design but gameplay longevity is truly astounding. There's tons of dragons to summon, and you can collect every single one of them entirely free to play if you want to. The dragons have so much synergy between them that even today new metas are being developed. Especially since it's so hard to keep up with these devs, they are truly artisans in character design because it feels like a waterfall of new dragons piling up on the daily. My absolute favorite part of this game is how it's all available to every player. You'll unlock everything eventually, and you can feel free to either do it at your own pace or race the clock on a new server for a prestigious rank number 1 placement in the arena and events. The community is bustling and there's still so much more to learn. Plus, the support team is extremely responsive and receptive to criticism and willing to implement whatever changes they can to help us out. I mean, after the first day of the Flying Dragon mode being released, they were already working on implementing our suggestions to streamline it. This game is surely deserving of this year's spotlight, and that's why Summon Dragons 2 is the #1 new gacha game of the year. And those were the top 7 new gacha games this year. The mobile gaming industry is booming for Android and iOS users, and I cannot wait to see what we get next year. If there's another game you think should have made the list, make sure to let us know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you left a like on this video, feel free to subscribe or join my Discord, but other than that, y'all, that's gonna do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later, bye.